It feels like it's completely gone now. I'm just pressing nothing. Wow, that's scary, man. Note to self, I've got 0 brakes right now. Look, nothing. You ever driven around circuit before with no brakes? 0 brakes. Oh yeah, it's gone. Oh, brace.
In this video, we're going to be competing in a 45-minute mini endurance race in the Civic. You might remember this format from a few videos last year in the MR2 where we were quite competitive. This year I've not done any of these types of races in my own car, but we have done a couple of them with Darkside. But in this video we're going to bring in the challenge to Darkside. We're going to be competing against them. Myself in my Civic EG and Josh in his Civic EG. I'm going to be in Class B racing against Scott in his diesel Golf, and Josh will be in Class A racing against Ryan in the TT. So this video was meant to just be a bit of fun, a bit of rivalry between the two Yorkshire factions, Team EG versus Team Diesel. This event was all about seeing how the EG did at a different style of racing, at a more endurance spec style of racing. It's only 45 minutes, but that is treble the distance the Civic normally races at. So, yeah, I'll not ruin the surprise, but the title probably already has. The ending was quite interesting. I think you'll enjoy it. So it's a great video, as per usual. So let's get started. I just wanted to put a little message at the start of the video here to say that when it goes tits up later in the video, the way I react to it is definitely not in the safest way. As I've been editing this video, I've noticed how careless that is, and I don't think it's the way anyone should act.
Now then chaps, welcome to what is currently a bit of a chilly morning at Donington Park. We're racing today in ROADSPORTS in the Civic. If you don't remember what ROADSPORTS is in, one, it's what Josh races in with his Civic, and also it's what we raced the TT in earlier this year and we had a bit of a bad time. If you remember, but we're racing the Civic in it. It's a 45-minute race. We're at Donington. You wouldn't believe how many planes take off and land all through the night here. Yeah, not the best camping spot. Nice facilities. But yeah, we're giving a go in the Civic. So I was at Anglesey last weekend. I don't know if that's the last video you saw, but done very minimal prep to the car. Took it off the trailer and had a quick check over it. I've had to change one of the steering arms, and I've had to raise the ride height as well for ROADSPORTS because I didn't meet the minimum clearance of 60mm, and now we do meet the minimum clearance of 60mm. Josh is not here yet. He's just had a bad time on the motorway. He's had a blowout, so hopefully we'll be seeing him shortly. But yeah, I've just been checking the car over. The strings were on it last night after doing the steering arm. I was just checking it over again this morning. I've got some wheels to change, I've got some cameras to set up. So it's a 45-minute race with a 20-minute qualifying, which will be in about 2 hours time. And I was hoping by now that Kevin would be here, because Kevin has got a new a replacement power steering pump for us, which I quite desperately need. Well, not desperately need, I think I can get away without it, but it's making a right racket and the power steering is really heavy. I think it's finally decided enough is enough, so we want to put a fresh pump on it. But I asked Mr. Kevin to be here early if he could, but it's now 8:30 and he's not here, so I think that's past early now, isn't it? Now it's just normal time, normal arriving time now, Kevin, but he's not here, so The car should be good to go. I drained the fuel on it last night. Probably not going to be that competitive, hopefully. I'm hoping for that. We're going to be running a little bit more power and a little bit less weight. Go on, get on. In this, so I've took the ballast out and we're going to be running basically full power for a K24, so we'll be right on the brake horsepower per ton limit, which is 240, but we're going to be racing against stuff like this, so it'll be good content. I think there's quite a lot of cars like this in Class B, 19 cars in my class. Yeah, 19. We'll go and have a look at some of the other competitors maybe shortly, but you'll have seen them in the videos over the years. A lot of Golfs, some 3 Series stuff and all that. I think there might even be an EP3, another EP3, but yeah, not very many Hondas. And then Darkside obviously here as well with the diesel TT and the diesel Golf. yeah, they're racing tomorrow as well in that enduro thing. We're not doing that, we're just doing the 45-minute race. But yeah, I'm going to get the wheels changed, and what else have I got to do? I'm quite worried about this pump. It doesn't sound healthy. She makes a bit of a racket, and yeah, I'm sure maybe it'll be fine for qualifying. But Kevin, why are you not? Oh, Josh has just arrived. You brought Kevin with you, have you?
Yeah.
Oh. Where's the flat? This one?
Run flat. Stop it and fuck the wheel.
Looks alright. So the pipe dream for today is obviously me and Josh both winning our classes, but we've got a lot of competition. Josh is in Class A, which is 300 brake per tonne. I'm in Class B, which is 240 brake per tonne. Should be a good day, shouldn't it, still? Nice weather? Yeah?
Weather's perfect, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, perfect for boost. And with this, we will unlock the potential of the K24. Oh, my ECU got sealed, angle seal last weekend, so we can't piss about with this. So Joe's lent us his ECU, so we can piss about with this one. Whoops. Whoops. Lol. Right, I'm nearly good to go. I don't think my heart rate's actually. Are you real? Are you for real? I don't know. I've been rushing about a bit, but I didn't think you'd be that high. But I've got the data phone display set up. I put a vanity camera in. Why not? I got all the spares. We've got all the cameras in the world in the car today. Yeah, nearly ready to go. I just need to put some fuel in it, and happy days. Josh is just making the rear of his car a bit stiffer. Where's your media man today? No media man. Right. You have to share my video then instead. Right, quality time. It's all been a bit manic, but I've got all the gear in there, so I'll talk to you when I get in the car. I need to do sub 150s really, but we'll see. Okay, a little bit lastminute.com, but we're here, so I don't need that. So I've put 20 litres of fuel in the car. I don't know how many laps we'll do. I've gone up on the tyre pressures as well, because I'm thinking I'll just go for that 1 lap performance. So the whole purpose of today, really, is for a bit of fun, to see how the car does in a 45-minute race, but also to feel the power of this K24 at long last. So we're a little bit lighter than Hot Hatch, and we've also got a little bit more power, although obviously my power is a bit like that, so we've got a more traditional power curve. Session before us has just ended, so we'll be going out in a moment. Vanity cam. Yes, why not? So I don't know if you can see my heart rate, hopefully. Yeah, there's a lot of competition in the class. I don't think we're going to be as fast as the fast golfs. They're doing, well, we can try. Obviously I'm going to go flat out and see what happens, but they'll probably be a couple of seconds faster a lap round here, and that's just the way it is. But, so yeah, 19 cars in my class. That's in my class, that Lotus. We've got a Corsa B from Track Obsession, Scott's Golf obviously. So I drained the tank last night and I've put exactly 20 litres back in. Hopefully we've got enough fuel to make the end. That's a bit of a concern, but I'm sure she'll be alright. But yeah, cars are just heading out on track, so yeah, I'll probably go quite steady, out lap, and then just go for it on lap 2, maybe. Well, we need to work out the braking zones and stuff for the Melbourne loop, so that's going to be the tricky part. But with so many cars out on track, I mean, it's a big track, big-ish lap, 150s laps, so, well, we need to be sub 150, but come on, we can do it. So if I can get a good rival for us today, it'd be that Corsa B, Track Obsession Corsa B. Got no reference of time. Oh, I've got a bit of a spongy brake pedal. Maybe want to bleed them. Oh, I've put the old AO52s on the back as well. Qualifying session than what we're used to. It's 20 minutes or 25 minutes. We normally get 15. That Corsa is a red top, if you're wondering.
just had a lot of fuel starve. I've got 20 litres of fuel on board. Yes. Yes. Fucking hell, big pad knock off then. Brakes are not good on this car. Why am I getting fuel starve? I put 20 litres of fuel in. What the fuck? What the fuck, man? I'm gonna have to box and put some fuel in. For whatever reason, I'm getting fuel starve. I put 20 litres in. This is not good.
Box.
Fuel. Yeah, it's fuel starving. Down there. Yeah. Right, hopefully that fixes it. Live without this long brake pedal. Sound, mate. Safety car. Fucking hell. Safety car, mate. Jesus. Well, this is not good because there's no way. I put 20 litres of fuel in it with fuel starving. There's no way I can make 25 litres, whatever that would be ahead of that last. I need to drive around another safety car now to just even get some laps in. Obviously, God, this has been a nightmare. Well, this is suboptimal, chaps. Should not be getting fuel starved with 20 litres of fuel in. Nearly half a tank. There's still over 10 minutes of the session left, so we'll there's still time for a couple of laps towards the end. Hopefully, we'll just have to see what we can do. I mean, hopefully the issue doesn't occur, and then obviously I'll have to try and figure out what's going on with the fuel pump. Maybe there's something wrong with it or something like that. I don't know. The semi-good news is we're nearly at the front of the safety car queue. There's only 6 cars in front of us, so let the fast ones go, get in front of the slow ones on the first lap after the safety car, and then just rip, maybe with clean air. Feels fast though, the car. It doesn't feel like night and day different, but it wouldn't do. We're still making the same power at like 6-ish, and then obviously I just make more power between 7 and 8 now. It feels a lot freer. Feels like it wants to go. Alright, we're just going to have to drive fast now. issues at least. Quite a lot of pad knockoff on the curbs. Traffic now. I think we've done a couple of consecutive laps there. We've absolutely smashed the target. Whoa, Rob! I thought we'd be going for sub 50, but we've managed to do a 44. That's not even taking any liberties on the track limits really either. I think the checking will be out when we go across the line, but alright, well the car feels good with some fuel in it. I've got some work to do to figure out why it's starving. We do have an anti-surge kit on, but I mean, to be starving at 20 litres, it's either installed incorrectly because I installed it, or there's something wrong with it, but we'll have to take it out and have a look. I feel like 44.9 is a good time though. I think the lap record for the class that I'm in was a 47, but it was done quite a few years ago. I mean, I think I did 3 laps pretty much around the same time, so I think I can say that I gave it my best go regardless. Yeah, I need to bleed the brakes or something as well. I can't fix the pad knockoff, but I could do with bleeding the brakes or something. 44.5 optimal, 44.9 was my best. Not teabag. Can't have done that well because they're not scrutineering us. Scott's been pulled over, and the other Golf. There's 3 Class B cars in the scrutineering bay. So the fact that we're not in the scrutineering bay would suggest to me that we have not qualified high enough. But we did do a lot better than what I expected, so maybe they're just a level above. And yeah, that was qualifying. Just a bit of fun today. The car does feel mega on full chooch. Feels fast. Alright, let's figure out what's going on with the fuel and the brakes.
What, you doing a 44.9?
Yeah.
I know what Scott's good.
I didn't get pulled over, so it can't be that good.
No.
Right, qualifying was actually a success. We're P2 in class. Can't believe it. I'm really shocked by that. Done really well. A few issues to look at. Obviously, I put 20 litres of fuel into the car for qualifying and I'd surge straight away. So I've got one of those anti-surge things from Hones, so I'm going to take that out and hopefully I've fitted it wrong or I've done something silly. But that is not good because that means that we've got 15 litres kind of budget in the race and we've got a 45-minute race that is not going to work and you are not allowed to refuel in the pit stop. So yeah, it's... I've got the old fuel pump and the old kit and everything like that we can make it rig up, but yeah, hopefully I'm going to take it out and have a look. Hopefully there's something obviously falling off it or something like that, I don't know, but yeah, other than that, power steering still worked and everything. The steering's a bit heavy, I think the pump's just tired and knackered, but still no sign of keving, so pure keving o'clock. But yeah, I'm going to take the fuel pump and stuff out. I'm going to be quite busy for the next hour or so, so I'll let you know how I get us on. Oh, and the main thing is, Josh beats Ryan and I beat Scott. Have it. Right, I think I've figured out what's happened here. So this should have a little pipe that feeds the returned fuel down to the bag, and it's fallen off. But luckily, I can just see it. Can you see it? So I'm going to try and retrieve that. I don't think that shouldn't be causing the problem, but it certainly won't be helping. Kind of looks like it's worn out the bottom of the tank. Can you see that? That's rubbed away some of the metal. If you look at the back, this bag, it's kind of kinked just after where it sucks up, so I'm wondering if it's been rammed in there, or rammed in, you know. Look at the instruction manual again, the instructions, and hopefully figure something out. Scott's been called to the dyno, even though he's P3, but I did away with it, so that's alright. Look, Rogue Motorsport man walking past there. TT's getting a new rear wheel bearing, so yeah, we're just all having a good time. Where did you qualify?
Nearly in front of you. But
Nearly?
Yeah,
so does that mean I was in front of you?
I think technically, yeah.
Technically I was in front of you.
Yeah.
What's going on with that Golf? nearly a second in front of us both.
He was 75 kilos underweight.
Oh, so he's been disqualified?
Yeah.
So I'm first in class? Well, the good news is I put 20 litres of fuel in it, fuel starts straight away. So unless I can fix this, you're probably going to... I'll obviously take off to start, and then you might catch me up towards the end when I run out of fuel.
What's happened with that?
This anti-surge kit thing fell off in tank.
Oh, nice.
So
then it surged.
It just surged like mad, yeah. So hopefully I can fix it. Nah, Ty's monitoring. Ain't you, Ty?
Yeah, trying, mate.
Just trying to make that hole bigger, but I'm not having much luck. I don't know if you can have a man handle.
That you got it.
No, I did, maybe. Right, we've got some dark side engineering on this fuel pump. Show us it a sec, Paul. So the pipe from home, we can't get it in this hole, whether it's UK corrosion or what. Theirs looks a lot cleaner in Australia where it's come from. But we can't get it to sit right in there, so what Paul's going to do is cut this section out a little bit, and this is the return hose here. Can you see? You can't quite see, but basically he's going to make the pipe from up there, and then send it straight onto the bag, which is where it should do, where it should be. But so the reason it fell out was because I didn't put it in right, but it's also not going to go in right for whatever reason. So yeah, and now the grinder's coming out.
Yep.
Alright, this is now ready to reinstall with some Yorkshire approved tuning. Yeah. Hopefully it works. Alright, it's time for the race. We're starting first in class. The Golf got disqualified. I don't know if I mentioned that, but first in class. I'll give the car a little wipe down, give the brakes a bleed. Lads have cleaned the rear wheels, look at them, shiny, shiny, wow. Yeah, everything's charged up, batteries in, good to go, got the heart rate monitor on. Oh, I've not done my tyre pressures though. That might help. I'll do that. And I'll see you in the car. We're getting pushed down because I'm very fuel conscious, so we're pushing the car to assemble it.
I waited until the very last moment to start the car, just trying to conserve as much fuel as possible.
ROADSPORTS is a rolling start, so we've got a full tank, and I think I've fixed the fuel anti-surge thing. The pipe fell off.
No, the front fell off.
The pipe was never in right, really. So, yeah, the tank, I've got as much fuel as I possibly could get. We're not allowed to refuel. So we'll go out now, the safety car will lead us out for a lap, the green flag lap, and then the safety car will pull in, and then we're racing. So hopefully I can get that coolant up to temperature in time. It needs to be at least 60 to get the VTEC. I've done all I can. Just a bit of fun this anyway, innit? Let's not put too much stress on the events. I bet the heart rate will be low with it being a rolling start, because I'm not having to, you know, get too excited. The brakes, not good again. It's solid, but it don't feel completely solid. Need to rebuild. So we are P1 in class. Every car in front of us has got 60 horsepower per tonne, so off the lights they should be away. I'm probably going to start in third gear. Second might be more optimal, but I don't really want to mess up the second to third gear change. Still not warm enough for VTEC yet. Brake pedal don't feel good, man. It feels consistent, but it's just baggy. Oh well, just have to drive around it now. I have bled all four corners, but it feels exactly the same, so. 61 degrees coolant, God. Nip and tuck that. To go at this pace, I'm going to have to go second gear, I think.
In the supercharged 1994 EG Honda Civic. So great stuff there from Josh Lawton, who is really quick in this car, and he's trying to pull away early on then from Adam Bessel in the Giannetto. Lighter car, perhaps takes a little bit longer to get its tyres up to temperature. Then Graham Crowhurst and Ryan Parkin, and then Giles Kirk up there in 5th spot in his Seat, ahead of Johnny Weston Taylor, the XF4 champion.
Short shifting a little bit just because I've got a bit of a gap. And I think these are all going to be bunched up in the braking zone anyway, so car's still a bit cold. You can definitely brake later for that.
And then it's Daniel Sylvester, who was successful last weekend in Hot Hatch at Anglesey.
And he's the Class B leader and ahead of Scott Parkin, impressively.
From Anglesey, maybe with the extra rate of the fuel I can really feel the front being soft. That seems to be one where I get quite bad pad knockoff. That Golf feels like it's catching me, but I don't think it is. We've got a lot of traffic in front of us now. Oh, we've got two cars. Cars moving around a lot.
So we're 10 minutes in now and my race is going pretty well. I've got a decent gap on Scott and I'm not getting too much hassle from the car or the track. The only thing I was struggling with was the tyres. It turns out they were over pressurised slightly. The tyres that are on the car in this race are quite old, so I was probably just overworking them. So my race was going pretty steady, but it was a different story for the Class A cars who were fighting for the lead.
Battle of the Seats. This is about of a second, which is getting closer to the leader, Josh Lawton. The gap, which was out over 3 seconds, came down to about 2. And now in traffic, I wonder if it'll come down any more to Graham Crowhurst, who continues to battle with Ryan Parkin, the 33-year-old from South Yorkshire, in this diesel-powered 2017 Audi TT. They've got to lap that BMW here down the Craner curves, and Crowhurst much more committed, darts down the inside. Either side go the next two, Parkin and Bessel, and that brings Adam Bessel right onto the terms with Ryan Parkin, who's a bit offline for the old hairpin again.
There is the leader, Josh Lawton, who's had a 2nd and a 5th so far this season. The 2nd place came at Snetterton a couple of meetings ago. Back out to the race.
And now Adam Bessel has got past Ryan Parkin into the Melbourne Loop, and we're on board with Ryan Parkin then, out of the hairpin, up a gear and up another into 4th gear, I think that was, and now he's on the outside line. Brakes later. See the brake disc glowing there on the Parkin Audis. He braked so desperately late in that dark side developments run car. Bessel though defended, very nearly a touch there, isn't it?
Out a bit on the brakes here because I've not got a lot of confidence. I'll try and man up a bit. about 10 minutes into the race. Lost 2 seconds on this lap already. I think that compact behind us is Class A. Guess we'll find out if we're all past. I've got spots on my windscreen. Compact's fast. Yellow flag. Is that compact going to get past? Scott. Not seen him for a bit.
Just going through shot now, our Class B leader, Dan Sylvester, ahead of Scott Parkin and by a little way. So this is an excellent effort from Dan Sylvester because Scott Parkin has been so rapid in this car. He's won 3 of the races we've had so far this season in road sports. He has a chance of winning the club enduro championship tomorrow as well. But that's Scott Parkin who I was just talking about. But Dan Sylvester, I'm sure, will be delighted to have his Honda Civic up ahead of this car that's had so much success this season.
Scott's nowhere to be seen, so should really start short shifting a bit more. He's also got, I think, a 10-second penalty on his pit stop. Scott's just come round that corner behind us. tyre pressure's done. I'll hold out for the safety car. Yellow flag down here. Green flag.
Here's Daniel Sylvester coming through in number 37. He's in 8th place overall. He continues to lead Class B. Two more laps before we have to pit. Yellow flag down here. Oh no. It's not a good car to come out before a yellow flag. Car's moving about a lot. We have got a good gap to Scott though. I mean, that's what I'm 15. Now's not the time for maths. I think we probably want to pit next lap. Box this lap. Scott stayed out another lap, so...
Right, hopefully you've been able to keep up with what's going on. We're over half race distance now, and I've got about a 5-second lead on Scott, and he'll spend 10 seconds more than us in the pits. He got quite unlucky with the Mark 7 at the start. I managed to slip around it. That's a Class A car with bags of power, perhaps just not as confident in the corners. For the lead of the race, Josh was still battling with the TT and the M3. It was all still to play for up there, but I was feeling like I had things sealed. We've got about 15 minutes of the race left, and this is where the problems start.
Yeah. 35 psi in the tyres. Huh. Yeah. conserve. We've got about at least 15 minutes of the race left. In a Jag.
Lane as well,
which is twin brother Scott Parkin.
Yeah, absolutely. Both the Parkin brothers, the Dark Side Developments guys, in at the same moment. Drink of water there for number 6 Ryan Parkin during the course of the 75-second pit stop.
Right, I'm going to go really easy on the car now. So I'm in control now of how much fuel the car uses, right? I'm not even squeezing the throttle fully.
Class B leader, that's Dan Sylvester, is in 6th overall in that Honda Civic, and again one of the older cars on the grid, that one, and he leads the class by about 9 seconds, I think, over Scott Parkin, with Johnny Monday in 3rd.
Yeah, it's the ex-Chris McCloy Honda Civic that he's using to good effect, winning races in hot hats this season, including at Anglesey just a week ago.
There's Sylvester losing 2 positions.
I don't have a lot of stopping power.
Right, they're both Class A cars, but they have just passed Dan Sylvester, who they were behind at the start of the lap.
Feels like one of the... I checked all the pads before Anglesey and there was sound, but it doesn't feel like maybe one of the calipers is acting up or something. Oh god, that's not good. Right, engage limp home mode. Scott's just a corner behind. Oh no, I got something very wrong with my brakes. Very wrong with my brakes. Yellow flag, please be a safety car. No, green flag. Please, oh, it's got to be a safety car. I've got something very wrong with my brakes, guys. Something's locking up at the rear. Just not got the stopping power. Maybe I'm just locking it because I'm pushing it a bit further, but it's just not stopping. Go easy on them, but it's slowing down, but it's certainly not with any It's not in a hurry to slow down. Yeah, something's very broken. Pedals to the floor. We've probably got about at least 5 minutes of the race, I think more like 10. I'm going to get chopped here, I've got no brakes. Oh, I'm super slow. Fuck! Scott's got a black and white flag, that might help us.
Sylvester's lead over Parkin in Class B came down to 6 seconds and was 3 seconds slower on that last lap. We saw him lose those 2 positions in the race. And this car that's not used to doing this length of race, I wonder how that's going for Sylvester. We'll have to pick up on that in a few moments' time. There he is. Now that was 6 seconds at the start of the lap to Scott Parkin. And as they come up across the line, the gap is now 3.5 seconds. That's again a big gain for Scott Parkin.
Something very wrong with my brakes. Just gonna have to keep the momentum up best we can.
In the remaining 7 minutes of the race, he's just been lapped by the looks of it as well.
That's not good.
By the race leader. There is the 89 car, which is a little bit on the sideways side of things, which is Scott Parkin, who is the one chasing after him.
Yeah, he had 2 wheels on the grass going into the old hairpin, and that's what put him sideways.
I wonder if one of the pads has fucked up or something. There's something very weird happening with the brakes. We'll carry on, but pedals going to the floor. Got no brakes there whatsoever. Pedal went to the floor. Try and build some pressure. No, they've gone. They've gone. The car's gone now. Bollocks. So we had fuel starve and no brakes.
Oh, and problems for Sylvester. He's slowed coming out of Goddard, and that means that there's a change of lead within the class. Seems to be back up to speed now, but it's Scott Parkin, number 89, that has just gone through to take the lead of Class B.
So I wonder what may have caused that problem.
So we had fuel starve and no brakes. Better take it steady. It'd be nice to finish the race at least. I wonder if a line's burst or something. I can just cruise round. There's a couple of hard braking zones, but I can just cruise round for most of it. Fucking safety car, come on. Trying to keep pressure in the system. Oh, it's fucking not stopping. Something's burst or something. I do have a level sensor in the Master, so as long as I can get some pressure, I should be alright. Oh, he says. That was pretty sketchy, man. Fuck. Alright, so we'll be careful turn 1 and second to last corner, everywhere else seems mostly manageable. I guess in whatever funny feeling I had in quali and in the start of the race, I guess that's, oh come on. It's complete, it feels like it's completely gone now, I'm just pressing nothing. Oh yeah, it's gone. Oh, brace. Fucking hell. Oh yeah, it's gone. Oh, brace. Fucking hell. Yeah, it's gone. Question is, can I limp it round for the checkered flag? Led for most of the race. It sounds like the fuel starve might have got us anyway. We're currently driving around Donington with no brakes, hoping the next lap's the checker.
Sylvester is carrying on, but slowly. James Birch is third in Class B, but 30 seconds behind. So Sylvester could still finish second in Class B if he could bring the car home. He's about 10 seconds off the pace at the moment, but that might be enough to hang on to second. Birch, let's say, third.
Wow, that's scary, man. Note to self, I've got 0 brakes right now. Look, nothing.
There's Birch on 3 wheels down through the Craner curves, really pushing on in the track obsession Corsa.
Next one's downhill, so I don't want to fucking buzz the engine again. Fucking hell. Should be enough. Let's come up behind us. Come on, checkered flag. I don't know where third place is. It's definitely not him. Might be the car behind though. Come on, checker. Checkered flag. Last lap.
If you look at the race time, you might notice it's just gone to 0 just as I'm approaching the checkered flag. Now I can only imagine it wasn't synced up properly with the timekeepers, or perhaps there was a slight delay in the checker being flown. But we're going into the last lap now, and that Corsa is catching us fast.
Well, no, I think that's an MX-5. Come on, screw it off, screw it off, screw it off. Excellent. You ever driven around circuit before with no brakes? 0 brakes. How am I going to stop in the fucking after the track? I'm going to have to retire after the checkered flag and get them to pull me back, I think. Otherwise I'll crash into someone in the assembly area, won't I? That's James Birch behind. He might do me right at the end.
I see there's our Class B winner, and that is Scott parking in 8th place overall.
See if Sylvester hangs on to second in class. He was 8 seconds ahead of James Birch going on to the last lap, but much slower with Johnny Monday behind. So second in class B could be something to look out for, probably coming across the line in a few moments' time.
Shit. They're both Class B cars, so I think that's our podium just went. Bollocks!
I think it could be any of the three of them here coming through in a moment or two.
Yeah,
it's James Birch.
Birch. Yeah, he's ahead of Monday, so he takes the podium position within Class C.
There's Sylvester falling behind both of them on that last lap.
He has, and so where does that leave him in Class?
That's fourth in the end.
Fourth in the end. Yeah. So behind Birch and Monday, Scott Parkin, of course, taking the Class B win.
Well, if that checker would have come out a lap before, it would have been P2. Right, how am I going to get the car back safely? I think we need to retire somewhere where they can just pull me back. Where should we retire? Somewhere uphill. Maybe I'll go back to where I stopped on that track day. That seemed pretty safe. Because look, the pedal is doing absolutely fucking nothing. Well, at least the coolant temperature's good. I need to try and get the car back to pit lane, but my handbrake's not exactly great. I guess if I go super slow, I might be alright. Probably gonna have to crash it into a wall or something. Yeah, so it's not the way I wanted that to go. First half of the race we led, did good. Obviously, second half was managing the fuel, and then something's gone tits up on the brakes. I've got no pedal whatsoever. My foot is to the floor. Buzzed the engine a little bit, trying to get it slowed down and panicking. That was stupid. Although it is a Honda, so... That is stupid, look, my foot is fully down. I don't know if I can even stop it. It does have the handbrake, but it only works on one side. Don't feel like it's doing a lot. You can go around if you want, mate. I'm just... Yeah, I'm going to the garage, I'm afraid. You can disqualify me from the race, but I'm not going to risk running into someone down there.
Press the brake pedal. Press the brake pedal.
Congratulations, class victory for you though. Happy with how that went?
Yeah, definitely. A little bit of a shame to get it right near the end. Danny was well in the lead, deservedly as well, and he was suspicious that he might get fuel surge towards the end, and I think that's what he got. So he seemed to slow down, get back going. Looks like he finished, but I'm not sure what position he managed to finish in. So shame to get it like that. I think he had the measure of me today, pace-wise. But yeah, I'll take the victory if he's not going to take it. So hopefully he's with us on the podium.
Fuck, so it wasn't fuel? No. Oh, yikes. Yeah.
Yeah, that feels like a clutch.
Nice cap.
You have it, you deserve it.
Cheers.
Then it feels like a clutch.
Had to have gone to deck on this one, so it must have pushed the piston out or something. I've got to go and see the scrutineers now as well, the official. I don't know. Have you? Right, I'll let you know what the officials say. They've called me in, but yeah, not a good race. Well, it was good, and it ended quite sour. Started good, ended shit.
I had to go and see the officials just to explain why I didn't go to Parc Ferme after the race. Luckily, I had a pretty solid excuse with not wanting to crash into anyone. If you're wondering how the race finished at the top, the M3 won, Josh was second and Ryan was third. If you notice, the M3 has a 10-second gap on Josh, and then there's another chunky gap to Ryan. Now the cars were all pretty close before the pit stops, but because of success penalties, this meant when the cars left the pits, they were all scattered about. So you've got 3 cars all about similar pace, which after the pit stops, they don't really race. I don't know how I feel about the success penalties. Obviously it helped us a little bit with Scott having one, but it kind of removes the fun a little bit. So I don't really think the success penalties should be a part of this series, especially while it's not a championship, but what do you think?
Right, it's a little bit noisy in here at the minute, but let me just quickly show you what happened. So this is my caliper piston, it's also my inner pad. They are now one. Scott told me he was watching the touring cars the other week and they were struggling with brakes here, and he says make sure you've got good front pads. So I did check the pads, but these are the Dixel RA pads. Maybe they just couldn't deal with the heat, so the extra. I mean, I don't like this track anyway. I much prefer the national track without them silly extra. And yeah, that's the result. Just ran out of pads. Never had that happen before. Hopefully never have that happen again. This is fully welded itself into the backing plate as well. Been some serious heat going on. If you look at that, it's all bent up and not good, man. Not good.
In ROADSPORTS, and in third place in the Civic, it was Dan Sylvester. In the Corsa, James Birch. And Class B winner is called Scott Parkin.
Are we taking pictures again? Is that you?
Good pose. Thank you, everybody. See you again.
Cheers, Ryan. Good cameraman. Josh's car on the dyno.
You want to hurt me? Go right ahead if it makes you feel any better. I'm an easy target. Yeah, you're right. I talk too much. I also listen too much.
Alright, it's the morning after. Just gonna have a little debrief on yesterday. I think the bottom line is, despite doing this for a while now, a few years, a bit of skin in the game, I can still make mistakes, and the mistake was simply, you know, not realising how much brakes I'd used maybe, or perhaps not having the right compounding. Still had sprint compounding for an endurance race. Maybe, you know, the track, I knew, I'd heard about it being bad for brake pads, and I did check the car over and check the pads, and you know, I've had a lot of brake issues recently, so the pads have been in and out a lot. I thought they'd be fine, but they weren't. So that's what it comes down to, isn't it? But it was just supposed to be a bit of fun, right? I was going to see how the car did over a 45-minute race. And what did we learn? We learned that we probably wouldn't have enough fuel to finish anyway, so if we're going to do any more of that, we'll want, you know, at least a swirl pot or something like that fit in, so that I can run it down to the wire or down to the last few litres. But also, yeah, with that extra bit of power, perhaps, you know, a bit more pace in the straights, the brakes just couldn't keep up. I've got temperature stickers on now, and I've got those brake cooling ducts that I fit before Anglesey, and the temperatures were fine. You know, certainly didn't get to the excessive temperatures that it was getting in sprint racing before I fitted the cooling ducts. It just ran out of pads, and I didn't really cover this yesterday, but this side also did exactly the same. You can see how the disc looks, and yeah, there's no pad left there at all. So yeah, both front discs and pads completely dead. So it's a shame what happened, because we had some really strong pace. The rear discs, that's the same rear discs and pads that I bought the car with, and they're currently at about 30-40% life. They're just doesn't use them, and in that time I've probably been through 4 sets of fronts. Yeah, did not expect that to happen. I felt a bit of a funny feeling after the pitch stops. Obviously I was cruising around anyway. I was, you know, trying to do my best to save fuel. We had a good gap to Scott in position 2 behind us, and I was mostly just cruising around anyway, and still, yeah, the brakes just said no. That's it, mate, I'm done. Finishing the race with absolutely no brakes at all, that was an experience. Yeah, driving around with absolutely no brakes at all, that was sketchy, man. It was really sketchy. Yeah, but these things happen. We could have done with the safety car in that race. I think with the safety car we might have had the opportunity to get to the end, maybe even win the race, but well, shit happens, doesn't it? But that was Donington, that was Road Sports. We turned up, we had a go. We weren't so successful. We did get a trophy though. I got my trophy. So finished 4th on the road, but the 3rd place chap got disqualified for something, so yeah, we finished 3rd. Next race for the Civic, we've got the last round of the Hot Hatch Championship coming up. But yeah, there's just one more race for the car this year. Obviously needs a little bit of work. Oh, you might notice a bit of a hole here as well, yeah. I loaded the car last night and yeah, got the car on and then forgot it didn't have brakes, because what I normally do is I have this so I can just about get in. It's not ideal, and I just make sure the door's in front of the trailer there, but yeah, I put my foot on the brake to stop the car where it was and open the door at the same time, and it just yeah, good times all around. But yeah, that's all from this one then. So thank you for watching, thank the patrons, thanks to all the sponsors helping the way. Hopefully Dixel can sort us out with some more front discs and pads for the final round at Silverstone. It's a GP track as well, so big track. It should be good fun, and Kevin is confirmed attendance, so if nothing else, me and Kev should hopefully be able to have some good battles. So that's all from this one. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.